Hi and welcome to Chemistry 85. The purpose of this video is just to review the course outline and hopefully address any questions that you may have regarding the course. To begin with, I guess it's Chemistry 85 and this is winter 2017. My name is Jeff Hamilton. If you have any questions at all about the course, feel free to get a hold of me. I've got information right here. My office number, there's my cell phone number. Feel free to call or text me there. And then there's my email address. All of this information is also in Canvas on the course outline, so you can access it there too. In terms of an office hour, I don't really have an office hour. This semester I'm available lots of afternoons, but it's best just to text me and say, hey Jeff, we need to get together, and then we can arrange a time. In terms of our dean and our program chair is Scott Liebauer. You can contact him there. If you have any general related course questions related to our program upgrading, you can contact Scott. Our center dean is Edith Olson. There's her contact information there if you need it. In terms of when the class is, we're meeting on Monday and Tuesday, and then Friday. So Monday at 10, Tuesday at 8, and then Friday at 1. Sort of different times every day, and we're in, I guess, just two different rooms. Our labs on Monday is when our labs are going to be, and there is an 8 o'clock lab, so you might see that on your timetable. An 8 o'clock lab. If you do, that's correct. So there's enough students. We need to have two lab sections. So one runs at 8, and then the other one runs at 10. Okay, I think that's all for that slide. Here's just generally what we're doing in Chemistry 85. We start, I guess there's 4 or 5 sections that we have. We start with just a little bit of a review, and then we look at solutions. We look at gases. I don't know where I have gases there. We look at gases. We look at stoichiometry. I don't know where I have that listed. Quantitative relationships. And we also look at bonding. So those are the 5 major things: review, solutions, gases, stoichiometry, and bonding. In terms of how we'll run the class, it'll be like a normal class. I'm going to try and get you to do lots of chemistry during class, so lots of work. Chemistry 85, I guess 3/4 of it is lots of math and using formulas and understanding questions and being able to work with them. In class I'll show you how to do it quickly, and then I'll give you lots of opportunity to try it. I encourage you to work with other students and together sort of explore the concepts and strive to understand them. Okay, the things that you need, we have changed recently, just this year I guess, to an online textbook by Mark Bishop. Quite a good resource. It's free. That's the main reason why we went to it, but even though it's free, there's lots of good resources there. In the textbook, when you go to the link, you'll see a bunch of chapters. So there'll be a chapter 1, and then there'll be sort of the main thing. But then they have a number of other supplementary kind of resources for chapter 1. I encourage you to look through those, and sometimes those can be helpful in helping you understand the concepts. You also need some kind of a scientific calculator, a data booklet, and the data booklet is actually posted in Canvas, so you could just print it off from there. I'm not sure if they still carry those in the bookstore or not, but you can print your own out as well. You need to get some eyewear for the lab. We'll talk more about labs when we get to the first one. I guess that's in the second week of class, but it's nice to have your own eyewear. We do have some eyewear in the lab if you don't have yours. You cannot wear contact lenses in the lab for safety reasons, so make sure if you do wear contact lenses that on those days that we have labs, leave those at home or take them out before you come to class and get some glasses. You also need a lab coat. Okay. Other kind of resources, the Canvas course has lots of good resources, but also don't be afraid to look around the internet for lots of other kinds of things like the Khan Academy and lots of stuff on YouTube. There's lots of good information out there. Also, at the college, we have a learning cafe. It's located in the back left of the library, and in there we have teachers who can provide you with some extra help. So if you have questions on stoichiometry or questions on any of that stuff, you can go in there, and there are some people there that can help you. I know that their time is limited, so you need to sort of um, be able to work with their schedule, but they are an excellent resource for the college. We also have an accessibility services area, so if you require extra time to write an exam or a distraction-free space, that kind of thing, or if you have trouble with reading some text and you need an auditory version of that, accessibility service is a great place to go. We don't have their um, office number here, but it's on the main floor. It's just around the corner from student services, back to the left. You can look for them there, so you can go in and talk to them and see if that service meets your needs. They're very good to help you out there. Okay, so that's for resources. In terms of how you'll be assessed during the exam, you get 4 main exams on the sections that I talked about: solutions, gas, stoic, and chemical bonding. We start with a review section, and there is an exam, or we'll call it a quiz, at the end of that. But that review quiz, I tack on to that the assignment category. So it's not an official exam, although it is a little bit of a quiz. But anyway, you get 4 exams. They're worth those percentages there. We have labs, and we do 6 of them, I think, 5 or 6. One of them you get to do on your own, and then share with the class at a sort of a meet and greet kind of day in the lab. So labs are worth 1/5 of your mark. You don't want to miss labs or miss putting the lab report in. All of the labs will require a lab report of sorts to be put up, and there's information on those in Canvas. You can look at those, but you can't just come to the lab and think you get marks. You come to the lab, do the lab, and then after you do a report on it, and the report is what gets you the marks. And then there's 10% for online quizzes. We've got online quizzes for a lot of the concepts. That first review quiz, that'll be part of there. And also during the days, I'll often hand out an assignment to be completed. And so all that's worth 10%. Now, if you're an online student, online students that just take the class strictly online and don't come to class, although you can come to class if you want, online students, they have to come to the labs, so you have to be there at the 8 or the 10 lab on Mondays, every other Monday. But also in terms of handing assignments, I'll hand those out in class, but I'll also have them posted in Canvas. And there'll be an assignment with each one of those official ones. I do have lots of worksheets and stuff there that aren't for marks, but the ones that are for marks, I'll make sure they're flagged, and you know when the due date for those to get submitted. Okay, and then the final exam is worth 20%. Quizzes and assignments, you want to get those completed, hand them in on the right date. It's good not to be late. For exams, if you miss an exam, I give you a 0 on that exam. So if something happens and you can't make it there, I don't care what the excuse is, and I've had every excuse in the book. I don't care what the excuse is, sorry, you get a 0. However, you can make up one of your exams on the final exam. So if you do better on a particular section on the final than you did during the year on one of these 4 exams, then I'll replace this mark that you get on one of those exams with whatever you got on that section in the final exam. Okay, so if you get a 0 on the solutions, or no, that's the gases section, for example, but then on the final maybe you get 60%, then the 0 goes away and I'll call it 60%. So it's as if you didn't miss the exam. I'll also do that even if you don't miss any exams. If you do better on one section on the final than you did during the semester, I'll replace one of those grades for you as well. If you're not sure, if you don't understand how that works, you can let me know. Suffice to say that if you miss an exam on the day that's supposed to be written, you get a 0 for it, you can make it up later. So, and I don't really care what the excuse is. You can share it with me if you want, but if you miss the exam, score at 0, make it up on the final. But you can only do that once. Okay, also, it's your responsibility to determine when, like if you miss a class and there was an assignment that day I was given, it's your responsibility to find that out. All of the assignments are posted in Canvas, the calendar is posted in Canvas, so you should know what you're doing every day during the semester. I have that outlined already. But it's your responsibility to make sure you go in and you're aware of the things that you need to be working on. Okay, in terms of course expectations, I guess that's the first thing. It's your responsibility to be aware of what you should be doing at any time during the semester. I'm certainly around. You can text me anytime to see if you're on the right track, if you're doing the right thing. But make sure that you are aware of your responsibilities. When you come to class, come ready to participate, come ready to be engaged. I will do some talking in class, and I guess I'll take not a good part, but some part of the class, but lots of it will be you working on some chemistry on your own or with somebody else and working to try and figure out problems. So I encourage you to come prepared and come to take, like I said, responsibility. I'm fairly comfortable with the material, and but I'm not evaluating myself. I'm evaluating you. You want to take responsibility and make sure you understand the information. And if you don't understand it, ask questions. Don't just sort of think, oh, well, nobody else seems to be struggling. I'm the only one. Don't think that. Everybody else is struggling too, for the most part. And so ask as many questions as you can. Okay, I'm looking forward to a great semester. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to call or text me. There's my phone number. I'm happy to talk with you at any time. Okay, have a good semester.